Good evening and welcome to McAllen, Texas, where tonight K-West brings you Game 2 of this bi-district matchup between your Lady Wildcats and the McAllen Nikki Rowe Lady Warriors. As I did mention, it is Game 2 last night, Game 1. And what a way to come out in the state high school softball playoffs as your Lady Wildcats defeated the Lady Warriors by a score of 8-0. 3 runs in the 5th, 5 runs in the 6th, and an 8-0 final last night to take Game 1. We are here in McAllen for Game 2. Players are already taking the field, so let's go ahead and give you the starting lineup for both ball clubs. Lady Wildcats, being the visiting team, will be batting first. Leading it off is going to be the pitcher number 2, Melissa Cabrera. Batting second is going to be the first baseman, Ariana Cabrera. In the third spot is going to be the catcher, JZ Casares. In the cleanup spot will be the third baseman, Cecilia Bautista. Batting fifth is going to be the designated player, Ariel Lopez. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Ashley Garcia. Batting seventh, right fielder, Ambrosia Peña. Batting eighth, the center fielder, number 6, Dion Lopez. At shortstop, batting ninth, number 9, Magali Larraga. Defensively, for the Lady Warriors, they're going to line up like this. In left field, Ariana Castro. In center field, Elia Khalifa. In right field, Cheyenne Garcia. Playing third base is Xiomara Hasso. At shortstop is going to be Destiny Menchaca. Playing second base, Elisa Loera. First base, Deandra Hernandez. Behind the plate doing the catching tonight, Genevieve Rodriguez. And in the circle, once again, for the Lady Warriors is Katia Cantu. The umpiring crew is going to be the same crew from last night. They are shifting positions a little bit. Third base umpire is going to be Frank Cherry. At first base is going to be Terry Peters. And tonight, behind the plate, calling the balls and strikes is going to be Armando Mendoza. Melissa Cabrera is going to lead things off for your Lady Wildcats. Last night, she had a couple of singles. A big sacrifice fly in the 5th inning. Deep fly ball to left field was an RBI. So great night at the plate for Melissa Cabrera. And the first pitch misses. I'm sorry, the first pitch is in there for strike 1. So Cabrera leading things off for your Lady Wildcats here tonight. Second pitch is in there for strike 2. So Cabrera behind on the count, 0-2 as we begin tonight's contest. That pitch missing low for ball 1. So the count is now 1 ball, 2 strikes on the leadoff batter, Melissa Cabrera. Swung on, fly ball right over my head. That one's going to be out of play. Count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes to Melissa Cabrera. Should have brought a glove. Vinny, would you have been able to catch that one if I had my glove with me? Okay, thank you. We've had a few come my way throughout the season, and it's been an interesting one. So here comes the 1-2. That one misses low. Count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2. That one missing low. So the count is now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, Melissa Cabrera. Swung on, dribbler right past the pitcher to the shortstop. Menchaca picks it up, fires the first, gets it there in time for out number 1. So a slow dribbler, pitcher Katia Cantu couldn't quite get to it, but hustling up, moving quickly from her shortstop position was Menchaca. rocked and fired it to first for out number 1, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Adriana Cabrera, the twin sister of the leadoff batter, Melissa Cabrera. And Adriana bats from the left side of the plate. Adriana was 0 for 4 last night. Very uncharacteristic of her. I don't think we've seen that all season long. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. She flew out to third, to left, and that one is right down the first base line, past the first baseman. She'll round first, go to second. She's going to round second and go to third, and she's going to be standing up at third base with a triple. So Cabrera knocked one right by the first baseman. First baseman had no chance in getting to that one, and it went right down the line into left field, and Adriana Cabrera was not stopping until the coach told her to put on the brakes at third. So 1 out, and that'll bring up the catcher, Jay-Z Cáceres. Cáceres was 2 for 3 last night, but she also had that big home run in the 6th inning. And the first pitch is low for ball 1. Bautista on deck. Cáceres back in the box. Swung at that pitch. A pop fly to center field. Khalifa under it. Tagging and coming home is Cabrera. And Cabrera will score. And so the Lady Wildcats draw first blood here in the opening inning as Jay-Z Cáceres flies out to center field but knocks in a run. So with 2 outs, nobody on, that's going to bring up the third baseman, Cecilia Bautista. Bautista was 2 for 3 last night. Base hit to right field, the base hit to left field. She had also a line drive right at the shortstop. And the first pitch to her misses for ball 1. Swung at that one. It's flying back behind the catcher. Underneath it is Rodriguez. She makes the grab to retire and the inning. So we head to the bottom of the first inning. Your Lady Wildcats strike first, leading 1-0. We'll be right back.
Before Christine McCleary was a physical therapist, she was an honor student at Weslaco ISD, played sports, and was a cheerleader. She graduated from Ohio State University, then physical therapy school at Texas State University. Now she is Dr. Christine McCleary at Triumph Therapy and part of the clinical faculty at UTRGV School of Medicine. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Christine McCleary, WISD was the right choice.
Welcome back. McAllen, Texas, Nikki Rowe High School is where we are at. Game 2 of this bi-district matchup between your Lady Wildcats and the Nikki Rowe Lady Warriors. Lady Warriors will send these batters to the plate tonight. Leading it off will be the first baseman, DeAndre Hernandez, batting second. The shortstop, Destiny Menchaca, batting third. The third baseman, Xiomara Hasso. In the cleanup spot will be the pitcher, Katia Cantu. Batting fifth, the center fielder, Leah Khalifa. Batting sixth will be the catcher, Genevieve Rodriguez. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Cheyenne Garcia. Batting eighth, second baseman, Elisa Loera. And batting ninth, the left fielder, Ariana Castro. Defensively, your Lady Wildcats will line up like this. In left field is going to be Ashley Garcia. In center field, Dion Lopez. Ambrosia Peña will be in right field. Playing third base tonight, Cecilia Bautista. Magali Larraga at shortstop. Mia Silva playing second. Ariana Cabrera at first. Behind the plate, doing the catching tonight, Jay-Z Cáceres. And in the circle for your Lady Wildcats is Melissa Cabrera. Jandra Hernandez is leading things off for the Lady Warriors. Hernandez was 1 for 3 last night. Grounded out to first, struck out, and singled to right. Swings at that first pitch, and that goes out of play for strike one. So Cabrera coming with the heat on the first pitch to Hernandez. That second pitch catches the outside corner for strike 2. And again, this is something that we see a lot from Cabrera, getting ahead of the batters in the count. And we see it to the first batter tonight, 0-2 the count on Hernandez. Swung at that one, fouls it out of play. Count remains 0-2. Cabrera with the fastball. Hernandez trying to catch up to it. A little late with the swing, knocking it out of play down to the right. That pitch misses a little high for ball 1. And again, we see this quite often after Cabrera gets ahead of the count. We see her throwing something a little different to see what the batter may do. Maybe get the batter chasing something that is out of the zone. But Hernandez steps out, steps right back in, and here comes the 1-2 from Cabrera. That one catches the outside corner for strike 3. Catches Hernandez looking. And that's going to bring up the shortstop, Destiny Menchaca. Menchaca was 0 for 4 last night. A ground out to third, a ground out to the shortstop, a fly out to center field, and a fly out to the second baseman. So the first pitch to Menchaca. Swung on, little dribbler, foul. Coach Hinojosa picks it up, throws it right back into play. So 0-1 to count to Menchaca. Swung on, shortstop, Magali Larraga picks it up, fires the first for out number 2. So a great job there by Larraga on a ground ball hit sharply right at her. Just squares up, makes sure she makes a good clean glove on it, squares up, fires it to first for out number 2. And that's going to bring up the third baseman, Jomara Hassel. Hassel last night was 1 for 4. She singled her first time up, grounded out to the pitcher, popped up to the first baseman, and popped up to the third baseman last night. And that's a sharply hit ball down the third baseline, but lands just foul. So she got a hold of that one, and that one was hit cleanly, sharply, and hard. I was about to say hardly, but that wouldn't work. But nonetheless, it's 0-1 to count to Hassel. Off-speed pitch, and that's knocked into left field for a base hit. So with 2 outs, the Lady Warriors get the first hit of the ball game, and that's going to bring up the pitcher, Katia Cantu. Cantu was 2 for 3 last night. She had a single and a double. Cantu, the pitcher, 348 hitter. Swings at the first pitch, misses, strike 1. So fastball from Cabrera. Cantu can't catch up to it, missing for strike 1. Swung on, this one popped up down the third base side of the field, tailing out of play, and it hits the top of the Lady Wildcat dugout, and that is now strike 2. So again, we see Cabrera getting ahead in the count, 0-2. Runner at first, 2 outs. Cabrera ahead in the count, 0-2. That one missing a little low. 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count on Cantu. Here comes the 1-2. That one misses low. Ball 2. Count is now even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. In case you're just joining us, we are in the bottom of the first inning. Your Lady Wildcats are up 1-0. Ariana Cabrera with a triple. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That will end the first inning. 2 strikeouts from Cabrera. 1 hit, no runs, 1 runner left on. We head to the second inning. It's the Lady Wildcats 1, the Lady Warriors 0.
At Weslaco ISD, we teach our students in pre-K and kindergarten the fundamentals of reading by making it fun so they enjoy learning. Students in first grade are reading chapter books. It starts with pre-K and kinder, then a whole new world opens up with music, robotics, art, folklorico, swimming. Weslaco ISD students can accomplish anything. We know because we have seen the success in our students over time.
Weslaco ISD, learning in person in a safe, clean environment or online with the latest technology provided by WISD. Weslaco ISD, 100 years in the making and still the right choice with safety in mind. Enroll now.
Welcome back, McAllen, Texas. Nikki Rowe High School Lady Wildcats taking on the Lady Warriors in the bi-district round of the state high school softball playoffs. Last night, game 1, Lady Wildcats, big win, 8-0. We head to the second inning, 1-0 Lady Wildcats on top. They'll send batters 5, 6, and 7 to the plate here in the second inning. Lopez swings at the first pitch, and it's dropped by the third baseman, and she's on safely. So a sharply hit ball. Hassel had to cross over because she is a right-handed player. So she had to reach across her body to try to get that one and just couldn't quite get to it. It got what we like to call a snow cone, and she just couldn't quite get her full glove on it. And Lopez hustles the first and is in safely, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Ashley Garcia. Garcia shows bunt, puts it down, but it is foul. So the count is 0-1 to Ashley Garcia. Ashley Garcia reached safely only once last night via a walk, but she did score some heads-up base running from her with 2 stolen bases when she did get on. She'll switch sides. She'll bat from the left side of the plate this time. Pitch catches the outside corner for strike 2. 0-2 the count to Garcia. Lopez at first. So here comes the 0-2. A little slap ball to first base line, and they're not going to get Garcia with that speed. As we were mentioning just a little while ago, she had some heads-up base running, but a lot of that heads-up base running comes because she does have a lot of speed, so she was able to steal 2 bases when she was on last night. So runners at first and second, nobody out, and that's going to bring up Ambrosia Peña. Peña was 2 for 3 last night, 2 singles, and she scored twice. Shows bunt, puts it down. Going to be picked up by the third baseman. She'll go to first, and she's going to drop the ball. And here comes Lopez. Lopez is safe at home. Peña will go over to second. Garcia will go over to third. And the Lady Wildcats now lead 2-0. So some small ball from the Lady Wildcats. Bring across another run here in this ball game. One in the first, one in the second. They now lead 2-0. Nobody out and runners at second and third. Garcia at third, Peña at second. We've got a timeout on the field. The Lady Warriors are converging in the circle, but it looks like Coach Hinojosa is wanting to have a few words with the umpiring crew. Now the umpiring crew is going to converge and discuss things to see what exactly transpired. I'm not sure what they'd be discussing because there was nothing that really caught my attention that was either maybe interference, a dead ball, I don't know. But we'll just have to wait and see what the umpiring crew decides here. So, Coach Hinojosa back in discussions with Coach Peters. I'm sorry, with the umpire, Terry Peters. And looks like nothing will change. So the score is 2-0 in favor of your Lady Wildcats. We've got runners at second and third in Garcia and Peña. Nobody out. And to the plate is going to be Dion Lopez. Lopez was 2 for 3 as well last night and scored twice. Swings at that first pitch, knocks it behind her, strike one. Oh, 1 is the count to Lopez. Knocks it down on a bunt. Here comes home. Is Garcia head first. She slides. Ball gets away from the catcher. And here comes Peña, and she'll score as well. So 2 more runs come across for your Lady Wildcats. Suicide squeeze was on. Garcia with her speed, head first. The catcher cannot come up cleanly with the ball from the pitcher, Cantu. It gets away from her. Lopez turns the corner, notices that, and comes home and scores as well. And in that chaos, Lopez takes second. So still no outs here in the second inning. Lady Wildcats up by a score of 4-0. Runner at second, and still nobody out. And that's going to bring up Magali Larraga. Magali with a big hit last night. Part of that big 5-run 6th inning, a double into the left field fence that scored 2 runs. And this one is hit deep to left field, and that one is just foul. Now, there is no warning track here at this park, but if there was a warning track, that was warning track power right there. As we mentioned last night, she hit one into the left field fence. Now, there is a saying on this Lady Wildcat ball club, when you hit the fence, they call it Wallies. So last night she was Wally Magali, and this time she lays down a bunt, and they'll throw her out at first, but she's going to move Dion Lopez over to third. So there's going to be 1 out here in the second inning, and we head to the top of the batting order. That's going to bring up the pitcher, Melissa Cabrera. Cabrera is 0 for 1 tonight. She did ground out to the shortstop, her first time up at bat tonight. She looks at that first pitch go by for strike 1. So the Lady Wildcats have scored 3 here in the second. Now lead 4-0. Swings at that one, a hard hit ball right past the third baseman. And scoring is Lopez, and heading to second is Cabrera. And she may go to third, and she does. An errant throw, missing the cutoff, gives Cabrera third base. So again, some very heads-up base running on the side of your Lady Wildcats. Cabrera stand-up double, but saw that throw to the cutoff was off target, and she headed out to third and is standing safely at third base. They're going to send in a courtesy runner, and that courtesy runner is going to be Emma Ramos. So with one out, runner at third base, that's going to bring up Ariana Cabrera. Cabrera, her first time up at bat tonight, a triple into left field. And it looks like we'll have a pitching change. So we're going to go ahead and take a timeout. You're enjoying Lady Wildcat softball right here on K-West.
Before David Lozano started practicing law, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL athletics. He was a regional qualifier. He earned college credits through the dual enrollment program. After high school, he attended the University of Texas before graduating from St. Mary's School of Law. Now he helps people in need as an attorney. WISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For David Lozano, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Welcome back. In the circle, better yet, Katia Cantu. I guess there was a misprint in the original lineup, or maybe I just made a mistake, and Khalifa was pitching. She'll now go to center field, and Cantu will come and enter the circle, the pitch, and that first pitch from her missing for ball one. So the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. That misses outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. I'm sorry, this was a new batter, my bad. 2 balls, no strikes on Ariana Cabrera. That pitch outside for ball 3. So Emma Ramos, courtesy runner at third. And that pitch in there for strike 1. So the count is 3 balls and a strike to Ariana Cabrera. That pitch misses outside, ball 4. And Ariana Cabrera is aboard on a walk. So we've got runners at the corner, just 1 out. And that's going to bring up Jay-Z Cazares. Cazares, a sacrifice fly to center field, which scored Ariana Cabrera in the first inning. First pitch gets away from the catcher. Ramos will score. And now the score is 5-0. Six nothing is now your score. 5 runs here in the second inning to make the score now 6-0 in favor of your Lady Wildcats. That pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. Still 1 out. Cazares, 1-1 count. Cabrera at second. That pitch high and outside for ball 2. Count is now 2 balls and a strike to Cazares. Wild pitch and gets away from the catcher, and Cabrera will advance to third. And now the count is 3 balls and a strike to JZ Cáceres. Ground ball to third base, fair ball. They got Cabrera in a rundown, and she's out. And going to second is Cáceres, and she's safe. So that'll be 5-2, 5-2 on the out. And Cáceres is at second. That's going to bring up Cecilia Bautista. Bautista, the 9th batter here in this inning. Ground ball to first base. First baseman Hernandez will pick it up, turn around, touch the bag for out number 3. But your Lady Wildcats do send 9 to the plate. And they score 5 runs, bring in the score 6-0. There seems to be some controversy at first base. I don't have the luxury of replay, but Bautista's safe at first. So Bautista is at first, Cáceres is at second, and Lopez is at the plate, and the first pitch to her is in there for strike 1. Lopez represents batter number 10 here in the second inning. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So here comes the 0-2. Then she gets her looking at that one for strike 3. But it's a big inning for your Lady Wildcats. They score 5 runs here in the second. We head to the third. We head to the bottom of the second, I'm sorry, and it's your Lady Wildcats 6, the Lady Warriors nothing. Welcome back. Nikki Rowe High School is where we are at, the bottom of the second inning. And the Lady Warriors are going to send batters 5, 6, and 7 in Leah Khalifa, Genevieve Rodriguez, and Cheyenne Garcia to the plate. Khalifa was only on base 1 time last night. Reached on an error, and then was thrown out at third, trying to stretch a single into 2 bases. Second pitch in there, strike 2. She was at first, and then Rodriguez hit a sharp hit into right field. Khalifa tried to go all the way to third, but a great throw from Peña to get her out at third base. That one is fouled back out of play. Count remains 0-2. So here comes the 0-2. A little bit outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Khalifa. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's the 3rd strikeout for Cabrera tonight. And that'll bring up Genevieve Rodriguez, the catcher. Rodriguez was 2 for 2 last night in a walk. So the first pitch to Rodriguez, a little outside for ball 1. Looks at that one, and that's a little high and outside for ball 2. Rodriguez thought about it, but just held on tight, didn't swing. And now the count is 2 balls and no strikes. That one is in there for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike to the batter, Genevieve Rodriguez. .301 hitter is Rodriguez. And that one is a dribbler right past the pitcher, and it's picked up by Silva and quickly thrown to first for out number 2. Cabrera couldn't get to it, but the second baseman Silva came up quickly and off balance throw to first base for out number 2. And looks like it's going to be challenged by Coach Hinojosa. So we're going to have a discussion with home plate umpire Armando Mendoza. They're calling in Frank Cherry as well. So all 3 umpires will converge on this call. That was a quick discussion, and they say the call stands, and so there are 2 outs here in the second inning. And that's going to bring up the right fielder, Cheyenne Garcia. Cheyenne Garcia was 0 for 3 last night. Grounded out to the shortstop, grounded out to the third baseman, and struck out on her 3 trips to the plate last night. So this is her first time to bat this evening. 2 outs, nobody on. Lady Wildcats up 6-0. First pitch misses low and inside for ball 1. A lot of cheering going on in the dugout of the Lady Warriors, and that pitch in there for strike 1. Now, if that were happening in the major leagues, they'd be calling out the Astros. So the count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Garcia. Shows bunt, brings it back, little bop up to the first baseman. And a lot of English on that ball because it hit the ground and just skipped away from Ariana Cabrera. And Cheyenne Garcia is in safely at first base. You know, she caught that with the edge of the bat or the tip of the bat, and it had a lot of spin on it, so Cabrera couldn't get to it while it was in the air. So once it caught the ground, it just skipped away from her, and there was no getting Garcia at first base. So that's going to bring up Elisa Loera with 2 outs here in the second inning. Loera was 1 for 3 last night, a single to right and was struck out twice. Swings at the first pitch and misses for strike one. Nothing in one to count to Loera. Swings at that pitch, fouls it out. And now the count is 0-2. So Cabrera ahead in the count, 0-2. 2 outs, runner at first. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is 4 strikeouts for Cabrera tonight. We've played 2 here in McAllen. And at the end of 2, it is your Lady Wildcats 6, the Lady Warriors nothing.
Before Danya Pulido became an attorney, she was a student at Weslaco ISD. She was a member of the National Honor Society and a cheerleader. She earned her degree from St. Mary's University, then graduated from St. Mary's University School of Law. Now she is Danya Pulido, attorney at law for Texas Legal Services Center in Austin. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Danya Pulido, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Welcome back. Nikki Rowe High School is where we are at. Game 2 of the state high school softball playoffs by district round. Lady Wildcats taking on the Lady Warriors. Lady Wildcats won last night, game 1. 8-0. Game 2, they are ahead 6-0 as we begin the 3rd inning. Garcia, Peña, and Lopez due up for your Lady Wildcats. Garcia batting from the left side of the plate, watches that first pitch go by for ball 1. Steps back in. That one is high, ball 2. Swings at that one right back at the pitcher, Cantu. She'll pick it up, fire it to first base for out number 1. And that's going to bring up the right fielder, Ambrosia Peña. Peña singled and scored her first time up. Last 3 times at the plate, she has singled and scored. Looks at that first pitch go by for ball 1. Second pitch is low for ball 2. So 2-0 is the count to Ambrosia Peña. They call her Brody. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So here comes the 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Peña. That one inside for ball 3. The count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So there are 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning, and that's going to bring up Dion Lopez. First pitch swung on, fouled back out of play. Like Peña, Dion Lopez has successfully reached and scored her last 3 times she stepped in the batter's box. That pitch is popped up into center field. On comes Khalifa, and she'll make the grab for out number 3. 1-2-3 inning for the Lady Warriors. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's your Lady Wildcats 6, the Lady Warriors nothing.
Before Rene Hinojosa became a business executive, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL academics, designed the original Wildcats logo, was an all-state academic middle linebacker. He then played for the Longhorns, graduating with a business degree from UT. Now he's the Director of Strategic Development at Doctors Hospital at Renaissance. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Rene Hinojosa, WISD was the right choice.
Welcome back. We are in McAllen, Texas, Nikki Rowe High School for the bi-district round of the state high school softball playoffs. Lady Wildcats taking on the Lady Warriors. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. And the Lady Warriors will send batters 9, 1, and 2 to the plate. Ariana Castro, Deandra Hernandez, and Destiny Menchaca. Castro did not have a plate appearance last night as she played left field and was a flex player. So this will be her first at-bat here in the bi-district round of the high school playoffs. She is a 122 hitter. And that pitch is in there for strike 1. A lot of chatter in the infield from the Lady Wildcats. Shows bunt, puts it down. Picked up by Cáceres, fired to first for out number 1. So Jay-Z Cáceres doing a great job from the catcher's spot to get up, grab the ball, fired to first on target for out number 1. And that's going to bring up Deandra Hernandez. Yeah, Hernandez is 0 for 1 tonight. She struck out her first time at bat on a called strike 3. Catches the outside corner for strike 1. Nothing in 1 to count to Hernandez. Swung on, that one just foul for strike 2. So once again, Cabrera ahead in the count, nothing in 2. Little shift in the right fielder. Peña playing a little closer out to the line. Center field and left field seem to be playing straight away in their positions. Swung on, fly ball right field, and in foul territory is Peña, and she'll make the grab for out number 2. So again, great job by Peña cheating over to the right field line as that one was tailing away from her, because anytime you're hitting a ball from the right side of the plate and it goes opposite field, the tendencies are to just tail away from you. And a great job by Peña to get under that one and secure the out. And that's going to bring up Destiny Menchaca, the shortstop. She is 0 for 1 tonight, grounded out to the shortstop. First pitch is low for ball 1. Nobody on, 2 outs here in the 3rd. 2 balls, no strikes to the batter, Menchaca. So here comes a 2-0. That one misses low, ball 3. So not something we see a lot is Cabrera behind 3-0. Cáceres calls time to go have a few words with her pitcher. I was going to say with her young pitcher, but both of them are youngsters, as Cáceres just a sophomore, and of course Cabrera a junior. So a very young ball club in this Wildcat softball team. 3-0 the count to Menchaca. She steps back into the box. Two outs. Shows bunt. Watches that one go by for strike 1. Three-one count here on Menchaca. 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. Swung on, fly ball center field. Lopez comes up, picks it up on one hop, and that's a base hit for Menchaca. So the Lady Warriors have their first base runner in Menchaca here in the 3rd inning with 2 outs, and that's going to bring up Xiomara Hassel. Hassel is 1 for 1 tonight, single to left. So the first pitch to Hassel misses for ball 1. That one misses low for ball 2. Menchaca leaving that bag once the ball crosses the plate, as if she's going to take second, but hasn't done so yet. Snap throw. Gets away from Cabrera, but covering nicely is Peña. So Menchaca stays at first base. So that pitch misses outside. Count is now 3 balls and no strikes. No, they're going to say 2 balls and a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike on the batter, Hassel. So that last pitch was in there for a strike, catching the outside corner. Swung on. Base hit up the middle. And now there are runners at first and second. Back-to-back hits to center field from the Lady Warriors. So with 2 outs, runners at first and second, that's going to bring up Katia Cantu. Cantu struck out her first time at the plate tonight. Cáceres is going to go have a few words with the whole infield, looks like, as we have timeout on the field. Cantu heads over to third base to have a few words with Coach Hinojosa. Home plate umpire Armando Mendoza takes advantage of the time to make sure the plate is nice and clean, so that way he can count those balls and strikes. 6-0 is the score. Lady Wildcats scored 1 in the first, 5 in the second, none in the third. Lady Warriors, 2 outs, runners at first and second, Cantu at the plate. So here comes the first pitch to Cantu. Swung on, back into the net or the fence. Strike one. We've got a net in Weslaco, so I'm so used to back into the netting. They've got a fence here in McAllen. So 0-1 to count to Cantu. Swung on, fouled back for strike two. So the count is no balls and 2 strikes to Cantu. So here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. So Cabrera gets herself out of trouble after giving up 2 singles. Strikes out Cantu to record the third out. And strikeout number 5 for the evening. We have played 3 here in McAllen. And at the end of 3, it is your Lady Wildcats 6, the Lady Warriors nothing.
Before Clarissa Renteria was a dentist, she was a student at Weslaco ISD. She was a cheerleader, played softball, and started college early through the dual enrollment program. She graduated from UTPA before earning her degree from the University of Texas School of Dentistry in Houston. Now she is Dr. Renteria, creating beautiful smiles at Professional Dental Group. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Dr. Clarissa Renteria, WISD was the right choice.
Welcome back. Nikki Rowe High School is where we're at. K-West bringing you the bi-district round of the state high school softball playoffs. Lady Wildcats taking on the Lady Warriors of Nikki Rowe High School. We head to the 4th inning. It's your Lady Wildcats up by a score of 6-0. Larraga, Cabrera, and Cabrera due up at the plate here in the 4th inning. And the first pitch to Larraga misses for ball 1. Swung on, fly ball, second baseman Loera is under it. She drops it, and at first base safely is Larraga. So good heads up running by Larraga to not give up. As Loera drops that one, and Larraga is safely at first. So the Lady Wildcats have the leadoff batter on. And they'll go to the top of the order. And in the box at the plate is Melissa Cabrera. First pitch misses high for ball 1. Cabrera is 1 for 2 tonight. She doubled into second and scored. That pitch is in there for strike 1. So the count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Cabrera. Steps out of the batter's box. Now she gets back in. Swung on, fouled back out of play. So the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes on the batter, Melissa Cabrera. Swung on. This one is caught by the shortstop. Destiny Menchaca turned her hips and just started moving. And at the last minute, hopped up and was able to grab that one for out number 1. So a good job by Menchaca to steal or to rob Cabrera of a base hit. And that'll bring up her twin sister, Ariana Cabrera. One out, runner at first. Showing bunt, brings it back, but it catches the outside corner for strike one. Larraga at first. Outside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ariana Cabrera. Cabrera tripled her first time up and scored. Walked her second time up. Then was caught in a rundown between third and home. 2-1 is the count to Ariana Cabrera. That pitch misses outside, and the count is now 3 balls and 1 strike. Cabrera does have power. So we'll see what they pitch. Swung on right at the shortstop, Menchaca, and that is out number 2. This time, it was a little bit easier for Menchaca, as she just had to take 1 step over to her right to make that grab for out number 2. So with 2 outs, that's going to bring up JZ Casares. Swing and a miss, strike 1. They're going to say she fouled it back. But nonetheless, it's still strike 1. A lot of cowbell here tonight at Nikki Rowe softball field. Check swing right back at the pitcher. Cantu, she'll underhand it over to Hernandez for out number 3. Lady Wildcats leave 1 runner stranded. No runs come across. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's still your Lady Wildcats 6, the Lady Warriors nothing. As we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, we just got wind that the Lady Panthers are victorious over Edinburgh Vela 5-0 to win the series 2-0 and advance to the next round in the high school softball playoffs. So congratulations to the Weslaco High School Lady Panthers. Lady Wildcats leading this one 6-0. They'll face Khalifa, Rodriguez, and Garcia, batters 5, 6, and 7 here in the 4th. First pitch swung on, foul ball down the third base side of the field. And 0-1 to count to Khalifa. Khalifa started the game in the circle, then was relieved and headed out to center field. Struck out her first time up at the plate this evening. That pitch catching the outside corner for strike 2. So Cabrera ahead in the count. 0-2. That pitch misses outside for ball 1. So here comes the 1-2. Swung on, line drive, right at Bautista. Bautista had to just squat low and make that grab. So what a great play there by Cecilia Bautista. And that's going to bring up the catcher, Genevieve Rodriguez. Rodriguez is 0 for 1 tonight. A ground out to second base. First pitch catching the outside corner for strike one. Cabrera doing a great job placing the pitches where she wants them. Inside, outside. And keeping the Lady Warrior batters thinking. And Rodriguez watches that pitch go by for strike two. So once again, Cabrera ahead in the count. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. So that is strikeout number 6 for Melissa Cabrera. And that's going to bring up Cheyenne Garcia. Garcia is 1 for 1 tonight. So the first pitch to Garcia, a little high for ball one. Second pitch misses, ball two. Two-0 is the count to the batter, Cheyenne Garcia, the right fielder for the Lady Warriors. That pitch misses low and inside for ball three. So Cabrera behind in the count, 3-0. So Garcia is aboard for the second time today. This time she's walked. So with 2 outs, that's going to bring up the second baseman, Elisa Loera. Loera struck out her first time at the plate this evening. Has a few words with Coach Hinojosa and makes her way over to the batter's box. So we've got 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Runner at first base. First pitch swung on and missed. 0-1 is the count to Loera. Second pitch is in there for strike two. So the count is 0-2 to Loera. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Runner at first in Garcia. Swung on. Little blooper to second baseman. Silva picks it up. Fires to first base for out number 3. No runs, no hits, 1 runner left on. We've played 4 here at Nikki Rowe High School, and at the end of 4, it's your Lady Wildcats 6, the Lady Warriors nothing.
In 1921, 100 years ago, WISD started educating the area children. Bring 2 sack lunches and tools to help clear a field for athletics, the notice said. Buildings from the early years serve as a reminder of how far we have come. Through all the history and over time, educating students, expanding horizons, changing the world, helping build this community. Weslaco ISD, 100 years in the making, and still the right choice.
5th inning is where we are at. Lady Wildcats up to bat. Bautista, Lopez, and Garcia due up for your Lady Wildcats. Bautista popped up to the catcher her first time up and reached safely at first her second time up in a play that I don't know exactly what happened. But the first pitch misses for ball 1. Swung on, fly ball to left field. Castro comes up, calls everybody off, and makes the grab. So 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning, and that's going to bring up Ariel Lopez. Lopez is 1 for 2 tonight. A single to left, and she scored, and she struck out her second time at bat. That is swung on and goes right up the middle for a base hit. So Lopez is at first with 1 out, and that's going to bring up Ashley Garcia. Ashley Garcia's 1 for 2 tonight. Reached and scored in the second inning, and was thrown out at first in the third. First pitch, low and outside for ball 1. Little slap down to the second baseman, and runners are safe at first and second. So a good job there by Garcia, and great hustling from Lopez to reach second. So runners at first and second, 1 out. That'll bring up Ambrosia Peña. Peña singled in the second inning and scored. Fly ball into right field, shallow right field. And that one drops for a base hit, and all runners are safe. Garcia had to wait to see what was going to happen as Loera hustled out there to try to get it, and Garcia was hustling in from right field to try to get it, but nobody could get to it, and now the bases are loaded. With just 1 out here in the 5th inning. And that's going to bring up Dion Lopez. Lopez swings at the first one and fouls it back for strike 1. Second pitch is low for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Lopez. Sun is starting to set. Lights are on here at Nikki Rowe softball field. Pitch misses high for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Lopez. Bases are loaded, just 1 out here in the 5th inning. That pitch misses high for ball 3. The infield is playing up. as they're going to try to get the force at home on any ground ball in the infield. That pitch misses, so Lopez is walked, and a run will score for your Lady Wildcats. So Lopez will score on that walk, and the score is now 7-0 in favor of your Lady Wildcats. And that's going to bring up the shortstop, Magali Larraga. First pitch inside for ball one. Larraga is one of those batters that hits the ball really hard. As we mentioned earlier, she knocked one into the left field fence last night. That pitch low for ball two. So the count is now 2 balls and no strikes to Larraga. Larraga, that pitch misses low for ball three. Thrown out at first, her first time up on a bunt, then reached on an error her second time up. So 3-0 is the count. Lets that one go for strike one. So she was taken all the way. So the count is now 3 balls and a strike to Larraga. Bases loaded, just one out. Swung on, foul ball. And the count is now full. Bases loaded, just one out here in the 5th inning. So here comes a payoff pitch from Cantu. Swung on, fly ball, left field. Castro comes up, makes the grab. Tagging from third is Garcia, and she's going to score standing up. 8-0 is now your score. And there was no doubt Garcia was going to be tagging on that one. So Larraga does exactly what she needs to do, drive one to the outfield. Runners advance, second and third. Peña at third, Lopez at second. There are 2 outs, and we head to the top of the order, and that's going to bring up Melissa Cabrera. Cabrera is 1 for 3 tonight. She does have a double. First pitch is in there for strike one. Straight away is where everyone is playing Cabrera. That one on the inside corner for strike two. So Cabrera finds herself behind in the count, 0-2. Usually it's the other way around. When she's in the circle, we're saying she's ahead in the count. So here comes the 0-2 to Cabrera. That one misses high and away for ball one. One ball, 2 strikes to Cabrera. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. Lady Wildcats up 8-0. That pitch misses. The count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lady Wildcats have scored 2 runs here in the 5th. Three-two is now the count. 3 straight balls from Cantu, and the count is now full. Runners will be going on this pitch. Here comes the payoff pitch. Ball 4. So the bases are once again loaded, And that's going to bring up Ariana Cabrera to the plate. Ariana may be the most dangerous hitter on this ball club. We've got a courtesy runner coming in for Melissa Cabrera, and that's going to be Emma Ramos. She'll be at first base. So bases loaded, 2 outs, and Ariana Cabrera at the plate. Cabrera steps out. Steps right back into the batter's box. First pitch from Cantu misses high for ball 1. One ball, no strikes to Cabrera. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike to Ariana Cabrera. 2 outs, bases loaded. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Cabrera way ahead of that one. So the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cabrera. Outside, ball 2. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ariana Cabrera. Two outs here in the top of the 5th. Swung on, fly ball, foul territory. Catcher Rodriguez comes and makes the grab for out number 3. But your Lady Wildcats score 2 more here in the 5th and extend their lead. They now lead this one by a score of 8-0. We'll be right back.
East side, south side. East side, south side. East side, south side.
Bottom of the 5th inning, and the Lady Warriors are going to send up batters 9, 1, and 2 to the plate as they face Melissa Cabrera, Ariana Castro, Deandra Hernandez, Destiny Menchaca. Castro 0 for 1 tonight, showing bunt, brings it back, watches that first pitch go by her for strike 1. Castro steps out of the batter's box. Now she makes her way back. Showing bunt, pops it up, picked up by the pitcher, fires it to first, not in time. So for the first time tonight, the Lady Warriors get the leadoff batter on. So we head to the top of the order. It's going to be Deandra Hernandez. Hernandez is 0 for 2 tonight. She struck out and popped up to right. First pitch misses low and outside for ball 1. Swung on, fly ball just on the top of the roof of the Lady Warrior dugout. So the count is 1-1 on Hernandez. Swung on, this one to right field, grabbed by Peña and doubles up Castro at first base. So a great job by Ambrosia Peña to come up, make the grab, and then fire it to first for the double play. And that's going to bring up Destiny Menchaca, the shortstop. She is 1 for 2 tonight. Singled to center in the third, grounded out to the shortstop in the first. So nobody on, 2 outs here in the fifth. So Menchaca steps up to the plate. Cabrera ready to fire. First pitch is in there for strike one. So no balls and a strike to Menchaca. That pitch misses low and inside for ball one. 1-1 strike to the shortstop, Destiny Menchaca. On deck will be Xiomara Hasso. Swung on, this one to center field, over the head of Lopez, gets to the fence, and rounding the third, and head first slide is safe. So Menchaca with a triple for the Lady Warriors. A good play by the Lady Wildcats as Lopez got it to Larraga. Larraga with a throw to Bautista, but just could not get Menchaca as she was determined to make her way to third base. So that's going to bring up Xiomara Hasso. Hasso is single to center, single to left, as she is 2 for 2 tonight. First pitch misses outside for ball one. Second pitch misses low for ball two. I've got that hit by Menchaca to be just the 5th hit for the Lady Warriors and the only extra base hit so far in the evening for them. And that pitch is in there for strike one. So 2 balls and a strike on the batter, Destiny Menchaca. So 2-1 is the count. Swung on right at Bautista, fires the first for out number 3. So the triple by Menchaca as she is left stranded at third base. We've played 5 here at Nikki Rowe High School. And at the end of 5, it's your Lady Wildcats 8, the Lady Warriors nothing.
Before Harlan Block raised the flag over Iwo Jima, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. There he played for the Panthers, won a championship, and learned some of the leadership skills he and 7 other students used while serving in the Marines. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prominent graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For war hero Harlem Block, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Begin the 6th inning. Lady Wildcats get things started with Jay-Z Cáceres. 1 for 3 is Cáceres tonight. Cáceres followed by Bautista and Lopez here in the 6th inning. And that first pitch misses for ball 1. Swung on, fouled back. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. One count to the catcher, Jay-Z Cáceres. Swung on, fly ball. Vinny Berry, you got it right there. Told you it was your ball, Vinny. Had your golden opportunity. Come on camera, Vinny. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cáceres. Swung on. Hard hit ball out of the outstretched arms of the third baseman, Hasso, and that's a single for Cáceres. So the leadoff batter is on for your Lady Wildcats. And that's going to bring up Cecilia Bautista. Shows bunt, Bautista does, fouls it back into the fence for strike 1, and Cáceres will have to return to first base. Vinny saying he didn't bring his glove or else he would have snagged that one. So we'll give you a pass, Vinny. Swung on, fouled back for strike 2. I'm kind of tied down with this headset and these wires, so I can't move. Nobody out here in the 6th inning. Runner at first. Swung on right at the third baseman. Hasso makes the grab for out number 1. So that's going to bring up Ariel Lopez. Lopez is 2 for 3 tonight. Struck out in the 2nd, as she did make 2 plate appearances in the 2nd tonight. Swung on right at the shortstop. She'll go run over to second to get the force out at second. So Lopez reaches first on a fielder's choice, and that's going to bring up Ashley Garcia. Garcia, 2 for 3 tonight. First pitch, outside corner, strike 1. Oh, and 1 to count to Garcia. Swung on to the first baseman. And she's going to be safe. Hernandez tried to go back and tag the bag. But again, that speed of Garcia will not allow something like that to happen. So Garcia on the base hit will advance Lopez to second. So there are runners at first and second with 2 outs. And to the plate is going to be Ambrosia Peña. Peña is 2 for 3 tonight. She has 1 strikeout. That happened in the third. She singled and scored in the second, left stranded in the fifth. She steps up to the plate with 2 outs here in the sixth, with runners at first and second. So Peña at the plate for your Lady Wildcats. 2 outs. First pitch high, outside, ball 1. Swung on, fly ball out of play. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike to Peña. Peña back in the batter's box. Cantu ready to deal. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ambrosia Peña. Two outs, runners at first and second. Here comes the 1-2. And she looks at that one and takes it for strike number 3. So that ends the inning. Lady Wildcats don't score any runs here in the 6th. But as we head to the bottom of the 6th, it's your Lady Wildcats 8, the Lady Warriors nothing.
At Weslaco ISD, we teach our students in pre-K and kindergarten the fundamentals of reading by making it fun so they enjoy learning. Students in first grade are reading chapter books. It starts with pre-K and kinder, then a whole new world opens up with music, robotics, art, folklorico, swimming. Weslaco ISD students can accomplish anything. We know because we have seen the success in our students over time.
Weslaco ISD, learning in person in a safe, clean environment or online with the latest technology provided by WISD. Weslaco ISD, 100 years in the making and still the right choice with safety in mind. Enroll now.
Bottom of the 6th inning right here at Nikki Rowe softball field. 8-0 Lady Wildcats on top of this one. Game 2 of this 3-game series between the Lady Wildcats and the Lady Warriors. Lady Wildcats took game 1, looking to take game 2 and close out the series here in McAllen tonight. Bottom of the 6th inning brings up Cantu, Khalifa, and Rodriguez. Cantu takes the first pitch for ball 1. Second pitch, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Katia Cantu. Cantu's been struck out twice tonight. Timeout called on the field. Right back to live action. Swung on, grounder to Bautista. She juggles it, cannot hang on to it, and the lead runner is on for the Lady Warriors. So just a second time tonight. That we have something like that happen. And what I mean by that is that we have the leadoff batter on for the Lady Warriors. So that's going to bring up Khalifa. Aliyah Khalifa is 0 for 2 tonight. A line drive to the third baseman and a strikeout. Her 2 times at the plate. Pop up behind and into the stands. And everyone covering their heads as they try to avoid getting hit by that foul ball. So 0-1 is the count to Aliyah Khalifa. First base coach grabs that foul ball that was thrown in, gets it to home plate umpire Armando Mendoza, and we're ready to get back. Here comes the 0-1, swung on, fouled back out of play, and now the count is 0-2. So 0-2 the count to Khalifa. Nobody out here in the 6th inning. High, snap throw to first, safely is Cantu. So the count now is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Khalifa. Misses outside for ball 2. Count is now even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. So here comes the 2-2. Swung on, fouled back. Count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes to Khalifa. Nobody out, runner at first. In case you're just joining us, we are in the bottom of the 6th inning. 8-0, Lady Wildcats on top. That pitch misses low. Count is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Swung on, fly ball, left field. Center fielder gets out there, and that's going to be Lopez calling everybody off, and she'll make the grab for out number 1. So Garcia and Lopez getting out there, but it's Lopez calling off Garcia to make the grab for out number 1. And Cantu stays at first base. So with 1 out, that'll bring up the catcher, Genevieve Rodriguez. She is 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded out to second her first time up and struck out in the 4th inning. First pitch misses low for ball 1. Eight nothing is the score here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Second pitch, high and away, ball 2. Cabrera gets the sign. She'll rock and deal here. 2-0 count. Swung on, fly ball, shallow right field, and with the grab is Silva. A little scary as Peña was coming in. Silva was going out. And Silva comes down with the grab for out number 2. So with 2 outs, runner at first base, that's going to bring up Cheyenne Garcia. Garcia is 1 for 1 and a walk tonight. So Garcia steps into the box. Here comes the first pitch to Garcia. And that catches the inside corner for strike 1. So we've seen Cabrera paint the corners, inside and outside, very effectively here tonight. That one in there for strike 2. So Cabrera once again finds herself ahead in the count, 0-2. Showing bunt, brings it back, swung on, fouled back, out of play. Count remains, no balls, 2 strikes to the batter, Cheyenne Garcia. So we'll do 0-2 again. Once again shows bunt, brings it back, pitch is low for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the batter, Garcia. Runner at first, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th inning. Game 2 in this bi-district best-of-3 series. Pitch. Misses high, snap throw to first. Cantu back in, plenty of time. Count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'll repeat it. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. And she'll take that for strike 3. And that is strikeout number 7 for Melissa Cabrera. Your Lady Wildcats are 3 outs away from taking a bi-district championship. We head to the 7th. Your Lady Wildcats lead this one by a score of 8-0. We head to the 7th inning. Dion Lopez gets things started for your Lady Wildcats. La Raga on deck in the hole, Melissa Cabrera. Swings at the first pitch, pop up, back goes the second baseman, and that's a Texas Leaguer single, and it takes a wild bounce to the right or to the defender's left because incoming from right field was Garcia, and it got away from her. And the leadoff batter is aboard. And that's going to be a double for Lopez. And that'll bring up Magali Larraga. First pitch gets away from the catcher, and Lopez is in safely at third. Ball one, 1-0 count to the batter, Larraga. Swung on, fouled back. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. So here comes the 1-1. Swung on, fouled back, out of play. Count is now 1 ball, 2 strikes to Magali Larraga. As we mentioned earlier, she did knock one into the left field fence last night, so we were giving her the nickname Wally Magali. Pitch misses low to even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Runner at third in Dion Lopez. Cantu ready to go. That one is in there for called strike 3. Now we'll go to the top of the order, Melissa Cabrera. Cabrera is 1 for 3 and a walk tonight. She's got a double in the second in which she scored. She walked in the 5th. And she looks at the first pitch go by her for ball 1. That pitch is a little inside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Melissa Cabrera. Swung on, and that's going to be foul. Little dribbler down the third base line. So count is now 2 balls and a strike to Melissa Cabrera. Waiting on deck is her sister, Ariana. Swung on. It's going to be a base hit to left field, and Lopez will score. And now the score is 9-0 in favor of your Lady Wildcats. And so with a runner at first and 1 out, that'll bring up Ariana Cabrera. We'll have a courtesy runner, and that's going to be Emma Ramos. Cabrera tripled in the first inning, walked in the second, then was caught in a rundown between third and home. A line drive to left field in the 4th, and a pop-up to the catcher in the 5th. She'll look at the first pitch for ball 1. Shows bunt, brings it back. Ramos out at second. Caught stealing is Emma Ramos. So now there are 2 outs here in the 7th. So Rodriguez throws out Ramos. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. That one catches the outside corner to make the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs here in the 7th. 9-0 Lady Wildcats on top. That pitch high and inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on here in the 7th inning. Swung on, fouled back out of play. Count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes on Ariana Cabrera. So here comes a 2-2. Swung on, fly ball right field. Up comes Garcia. She makes the grab for out number 3. So the Lady Wildcats score one more here in the 7th inning to extend their lead 9-0. Lady Wildcats are 3 outs away from clinching a by-district championship and moving on to the next round. We'll be right back.
Before Danya Pulido became an attorney, she was a student at Weslaco ISD. She was a member of the National Honor Society and a cheerleader. She earned her degree from St. Mary's University, then graduated from St. Mary's University School of Law. Now she is Danya Pulido, attorney at law for Texas Legal Services Center in Austin. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Danya Pulido, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Bottom of the 7th inning is where we are at. In McAllen, Nikki Rowe High School, Lady Wildcats need 3 outs to hoist the by-district championship trophy. They will face batters 8, 9, and 1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Elisa Loera, Ariana Castro, and Deandra Hernandez. Those 3 batters have a combined 0 for 7 tonight. And to lead things off, we've got a pinch hitter. And that's going to be Sara Garcia batting for Elisa Loera. Coach Vasquez calling timeout, going to come talk things over with home plate umpire. Making sure that I guess they got the right numbers checked in. But I've got Sara Garcia pinch hitting for Elisa Loera. As I mentioned, batters 8, 9, and 1 have combined total 0 for 7 tonight. So again, 3 outs away for your Lady Wildcats. And then they can hoist that by-district championship trophy. Melissa Cabrera comes out in the 7th. Has 7 strikeouts tonight. First pitch in there for strike 1. That one misses inside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Garcia. Garcia, a left-handed batter. Swung on. That one just foul. So the count is now 1 ball, 2 strikes to Garcia. Sara Garcia has played in 6 games. She has had 11 plate appearances, 333 hitter. And she looks at that one go right by for strike number 3. That is the 8th strikeout for Cabrera tonight. And that'll bring up Ariana Castro. Ariana Castro is 0 for 2 tonight. I'm sorry, 1 for 2 tonight. She is 1 for 2, had a single her last time up at bat in the 5th, but was thrown out as part of that double play from right field. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Swung on, foul back out of play. The count is now 0-2. So Cabrera once again ahead in the count, 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 9 for Castro. And now your Lady Wildcats are 1 out away from a by-district championship. Deandra Hernandez at the plate. She is 0 for 3 tonight. A strikeout and 2 flyouts to right. That first pitch is outside corner for strike 1. And every Wildcat Nation is on their feet here at Nikki Rowe High School. Outside, ball 1. One ball, 1 strike to the batter, Deandra Hernandez. Swung on, ground ball, Silva fields it, tosses it to first for out number 3. And your Lady Wildcats are by-district champions. They defeat the Lady Warriors of Nikki Rowe High School in 2 straight games, tonight winning by a score of 9-0. Melissa Cabrera pitches 2 complete ball games. Last night struck out 7. Tonight she strikes out 9. 2 shutouts from your Lady Wildcats. 8-0 last night, 9-0 tonight. And it looks like they're going to face Corpus Christi Carroll. Corpus Christi Carroll won last night, defeating Roma by a score of 15-0, if I recall correctly, and they were ahead tonight. They're playing up in Roma. Once again, your Lady Wildcats are by-district champions, defeating the Lady Warriors in 2 straight games, 8-0 last night and 9-0 tonight. Want to thank Val Zamora for making our stream and graphics, and of course keeping everything up online and looking so fine. Want to thank Vinny Berry for the great camera work. I am Joe Aguilar for K-West, saying goodnight from Nikki Rowe High School, where tonight your Lady Wildcats will hoist the by-district championship trophy as they defeat the Lady Warriors in 2 straight ball games, 8-0 and 9-0. We'll see you next week in the next round of the state high school playoffs.